Let's start with the question. How do measure weapons work? I have made Balthier a machinist and white mage, so he has access to measures. These seem to be very low fixed damage weapons, which apply buffs on hit. I have tried using one and manually having him attack my other party members to apply protect. However, in the wider context of the game, they seemed entirely pointless. Until I found one which applies bravery on hit, which is a nice buff I don't currently have access to. The only premise I can think of is swapping to this weapon, manually applying the buff and then changing weapons again. I don't know how you'd gambit for them either. If you set an ally any equals greater than attack, you could apply bravery, but the character would not deal any damage to enemies, because you wouldn't have enemy nearest equals greater than attack due to applying bravery to enemies. It's swapping weapons just to buff the only viable use for measures. Or am I missing some mechanic in their use? I am playing the Steam release of FF12 Zodiac Age 2018, so how can we solve this? There's one possible answer. Answer 1. Your premise on measures is correct. These weapons essentially allow for bestowing buffs onto your allies without the use of MP or items. But it is recommended to switch to a more effective weapon when you are finished. Measures have low attack ratings, but ignore defense when used. Damage being calculated solely on the weapon's attack. Measures also cause beneficial status effects on hit, so they are to be used to strengthen the party without using MP and should generally be switched out for more conventional weapons after being used. The damage calculated from measures is low because ignores any stats and solely relies on the attack power of the weapon. DMG equals attack power random 1:1. 125 squared. As far as gambits, there are some guides, like this one, that recommend not setting gambits for measures and manually triggering the attack on your ally. You will spend more time configuring your gambits back and forth for your different jobs. Since Balthier being your white mage, you definitely want to use your gambits for healing and reviving. There are some gambits though that could be used remove debuffs rather than apply buffs. One example would be ally status equals slow. Applying haste to a slowed ally with the Caplier measure will counteract the effects and will remove slow without having to exhaust your white mage's MP. I hope this answer helped, and if it did, please drop a comment and subscribe.